Friends and family, it's Markle and Sickler here doing another of my series of comic book videos. I think the series is Best of 2026. So this is Best of 2026 comic book video. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, this is DCKO, a DC Comics event, issue number 3. Scott Snyder, Javi Fernandez, Alejandro Sanchez. This is already a contender for the best book of 2026. This series ain't even over yet. I'm going to go ahead and say that, y'all. This is already a contender for the best book of 2020. Just this one issue alone. It's that good, y'all. Let me share it. First of all, look at this cover, y'all. Let me move myself a little bit so y'all can see it. Look at this cover. You got Wonder Woman, Joker, Lex Luthor, and then you got Apocalypse, or maybe Earth is going to become Apocalypse. But either way, man, that issue's fire, man. That issue's fire. I'm telling you. And, you know, when you bought the issue, you had the first cover I showed you, and this you open it up, and this was inside of it, man. So, you know, the issue starts off, you know, basically, for y'all who don't know, DCKO, I'm going to say this, man. I thought DCKO was going to be silly. I wasn't going to like it. I had really, really liked a DC crossover since the Nightmare thing a couple years ago. And I know everybody else liked, you know, really liked Dark Knight Metal and all this stuff. It was okay to me. I got to go back and reread the whole thing. But DCKO has snuck up on me. So basically, they're fighting for the heart, the Omega, to become King Omega, because Darkseid's coming back into the mainstream DC universe, and they're trying to get the power to match him, because whoever has his power, this King Omega power, is going to be able to rebuild the universe in their own image. So this is Superman's image of the world. Now, Superman doesn't really want the power, but the power tempts you and says, well, hey, if you had me, this is what you could do. And that's what we're seeing right here. Superman's vision of kids and the perfect universe, everything's in order. All right, and so then Superman wakes up, because now they're getting reset, because, you know, basically they've been having these fights, and, you know, we're about to go to the next round of DCKO. And first of all, I love the way Super and Lex Luthor are interacting, because Lex Luthor's like, I don't give a F about you, man. You know what? I would say you held us back. You ain't hold us back. He said, you know, but this is my chance for us not to be held back, because if I could do other stuff you could do, I would change the world. I'm finna get this power and change the world. So this is Luthor coming up here to Superman like, hey, I had my vision. And I like Lex Luthor, man. Lex Luthor's like, I don't care who you are, the last son of Krypton, all them powers, none of that matters to me, because I'm in this thing to win. So in this thing, we see who made it to this round. So we see Cyborg made it, Wonder Woman made it, the Joker made it, Guy Gardner made it, Zatanna made it, Aquaman made it, and Superman made it. And we already know Luthor made it as well. So this is who's left. And the Superman's like, is this all who's left and stuff like that? So if y'all didn't see all the fights in DCKO, make sure y'all go back and check them out. Like, I think the month of this January now, January 26th now, I think the month of December 26th, I mean, December 25, man, it was nothing but, like, it was all fight month for DC, man. Those stories were really good. I mean, they got me hooked. I mean, it was silly, but it was action-packed, and it was just good, man. So I'm just posting this so y'all can see it. So this is Chapter 3, Chapter 3, No Mercy. That sounds like some Cobra Kai stuff right there. Chapter 3, No Mercy. This is a good story right here, y'all. I'm going to give y'all a minute to read this, and then I'm going to move to the next page. Okay, yeah, I know that wasn't quite a minute, but let me move myself again so you can kind of see who was fought in the previous round. So Superman beat Captain Atom, Aquaman beat Hawkman, Wonder Woman beat Lobo, Cyborg beat Swamp Thing, Zatanna beat Harley Quinn, Guy Gardner beat Jay Garrick, Lex Luthor beat the Demon, and this surprised me. Jason Todd, the Joker beat Jason Todd. I thought Jason Todd won that fight. I need to go back and look at that issue. I thought Jason Todd won, but the Joker did kill him at least. Yeah, I guess it's been 2 out of 3, so he did kill him. So here's the part. Let me move myself so I can see it. So here's the part where King Omega is basically like, all right, so I'm going to let y'all partner up this time. So we got Guy Gardner and Hal Jordan. You got Superman Shazam. We got Lex Luthor and Supergirl, which is probably the oddest one on here. So basically, he gets to pick whoever they got to pick. So Lex Luthor picked Supergirl. Aquaman and Hawkman. I thought that was a nice one, too. Wonder Woman and Big Barda. That's a good one. Cyborg and Connor Hawk. Didn't see that one coming. Zatanna and John Constantine, well, we know that team up already. And Joker, you didn't know who Joker's partner was. And then for a second, Superman was going, he was going to forfeit his chance to pick, but he picked Captain Marvel or Shazam. It's Shazam now in DC Comics. So I like how we started. Gardner got his joke and stuff like that. I could have picked anybody else more powerful, smarter, handsomer, but me. I always choose my friends, and Hal Jordan comes down, and like he's like, we doing this, so now don't sleep on Green Lanterns, man. The Green Lantern ring is probably the most powerful weapon in the universe. It was only limited by the imagination and willpower to use it. I remember it was a thing where Hal Jordan or Kyle Rayner was like, look, man, I can split an atom with this thing, man. Don't y'all understand what I can do here? So we kind of see them going into it right now. At the top, that's that top panel right there, and then we see, and I like this whole Aquaman Hawkman thing because I don't ever recall them really being teaming up, you know. But I like it, he's like, you're a true warrior, Hall. I'm honored to fight alongside you. He's a sea and air brother. He be like air and sea, but yeah. And so this funny, Lexi was like, let's go finish him. And move myself up closer so y'all can see it. And when Supergirl righteously blasts Lex Luthor, she's like, why would you think that in any world I would fight for you to help you win the King Omega? That doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. But that's what makes this so good, because you never know this comic book is so good because you never knew what was going to happen. And it's rare that happens, especially when you got somebody like me who's been reading comics his whole life. And when I don't know when something's going to happen, that's a good book right here. And then we see Big Barda and Wonder Woman teaming up, against Cyborg and Connor Hawk. And then we see Zatanna and Constantine. And then we finally see who the Joker's partner was. And this is the first big surprise. This is the first big surprise of this book to me. I was like, holy ish, it's the Batman who laughs. That's who he picked. But no, John Constantine sees through it. It's not the Batman who laughs. Old boy actually picked Mixoplixnik so he could become Emperor Joker. This is a treat for you because there was a whole Emperor Joker thing that ran in the early 2000s. This is how I know Scott Snyder read comic books, because he knows this, and this is a treat to long-time fans like myself. And then we kind of get more of like, Barda and Wonder Woman, they basically overpowering. But he was like, Connor was like, why did you pick me? He said, man, look, I put these nanites in you, and these nanites are going to enhance your strength and your speed, but also it lets me know how to fight like you do. And I'm like, that's smart, Vic. That's smart. And so we kind of see it right here. He's, I can fight just like you. And they going, that was an interesting way to level up the fight and make it rationalize. In the meantime, Zatanna is trying to like fight Joker, and this ain't going well at all. So we see more action scenes, and then Wonder Woman was like, look, I need you to attack me full force, Barda. And this was a good surprise right here, because we see Wonder Woman's bracelet reflects all that impact that Barda just dropped out there, and that basically how they win this round. And she also says, hey, I need you to tell me about the Heart of Apocalypse, because you're from Apocalypse. So then we kind of go back to Supergirl and Lex Luthor, and you find out that Lex Luthor, like, I knew you were going to fight with me, but I got a surprise. Red Kryptonite, and it starts this raid. Then we got to go back to the Superman fight, where you find out they used the Black Mercy, that the Green Lanterns made a Black Mercy to get Superman everything he wanted. But he realizes what's going on. And see, that's a homage to the man who has everything, the Alan Moore Superman story. Once again, Scott Snyder is somebody who reads comics and understands that fans will catch on to stuff like this. Meanwhile, we see Supergirl basically is killing Hawkman right here. You see that right there? She killed Hawkman. Somewhere online, the Lanterns took out Captain Marvel, Shazam. And then he's like, I picked you, Billy, because I know you can share your magic. And this is another surprise right here. Basically, we get Superman with the power of Shazam. Superman with all his powers and magic. And already they know they lost. They know they lost at this point. And we see this little scene where Lex Luthor is looking at Superman with admiration. And we move on to the final round, or the next round. And they go to Earth, but the Earth looks like Apocalypse. But wait. And we find in the next round they're going to fight Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman. And Booster Gold, who's possessed by Darkseid. So yeah, this is off the chain.